Hello, Magicasters of all shapes and sizes! My name is Chance, welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning into the 30th episode of our second level spell series. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my personal favorite low-level spells. We're looking at Flaming Sphere! Woo! Which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Just for the record, it's a ball of fire, but it is great. This spell is usable by the druid and the wizard. That is, so far as to say, it is found on their spell lists. Other subclasses do get access to it, but it is only found on those two spell lists, and it is found in the good old player's handbook, so we should all have access to it. Without further ado, let's take a look at its mechanics so we know what we're talking about. So your damage is going to be 2d6 plus an additional d6 for each slot level above second, which is pretty good. The effect at a glance is as followed. Create a flaming sphere. You can move it 30 feet as a bonus action. On a failed save, creatures who end their turn within 5 feet or are rammed with the sphere take full damage. Cast time is 1 action. The range is 60 feet, but the actual area of effect is a 5-foot sphere. And the duration is 1 minute. It is concentration. The save is Dexterity, and on a successful save it is half damage. And the components are verbal, material, and somatic. If you're curious about that material component, it is a bit of tallow, a pinch of brimstone, and a dusting of powdered iron, which is pretty cool. It doesn't say the spell consumes it, but it kind of makes it seem like it does a little bit, maybe. And the skill is Conjuration, and the damage type, unsurprisingly, is fire. Now let's take a look at its full description, and it is a lengthy one, by the way, so we can understand the exact wording, and so I can point out something cool to you a little bit later on. A 5-foot diameter sphere of fire appears in an unoccupied space of your choice within range and lasts for the duration. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw. Creatures take 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. As a bonus action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet. If you ram the sphere into a creature, that creature must make the saving throw against the sphere's damage, and the sphere stops moving this turn. When you move the sphere, you can direct it over barriers up to 5 feet tall and jump it across pits up to 5 feet wide. The sphere ignites flammable objects not being worn or carried, and sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using spell slot of 3rd level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6 for each slot level above 2nd. Oh, man, that's wordy. Quite a mouthful. In any case, I really like it. I like the mobility. I like the control aspects of it. I like the damage. I think overall, thematically and mechanically, it is a great spell. Now, with all that being said, let's move on to some alternative uses here. So I once again alluded to it earlier, but the control aspect of this spell is unbelievable. Even from a psychology angle, man, if you see a floating sphere of fire coming at you, you are going to want to run away. It is instantaneous, does not matter what your intelligence level is. That is not something you want to mess with. Like a 5-foot diameter is actually pretty big when you think about it. It's like a whole person, or a whole smaller person, I should say. Also, I think this spell would work really good as a signal of sorts. We talked about this with Flaming Sword a little bit earlier, but using that insane amount of light would be a great indicator to enact a plan. I think that is incredible. And something that I want to point out as to the wording of this spell is it does not say in any point that the sphere has to remain within your line of sight. So what this means is you can cast this spell, and in tandem with Find Familiar, because movement is a bonus action and perceiving through your familiar sensors is an action, you can move the sphere and have your familiar follow it instead of you, wreaking potential havoc without you ever having to be in the room. Very cool stuff. I like it. That being said, if you have any alternative uses, cool ideas, thoughts, questions, concern, please put them down beneath in the comment section. I really do appreciate it. And if you like that hand-drawn Warforged, please check out the Guild Hall to get your own hand-drawn D&D character. Thank you so much, everyone. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day. And as always, happy casting, everyone.